at you with another slow fashion video, the first, in fact, of 2020. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and are feeling rested and relaxed. Cheers to you. This is a cup of tea, not very exciting, but you know, Happy New Year to you. But now let's get right into this week's video, which happens to be my series of recreating outfits that I really love online using what I already have in my closet so that I don't feel the need to run out and shop and buy something that will most likely be just an impulse buy and something that I don't actually love and wear for years and years to come. So I hope you like these classic looks that I found online. Let's jump on in. Alright, this first look is by Ada Oguntodu, and I've been following her for a little while. I hope I said her name correctly, but I really loved this look because it is such a great combination of sexy but modest and chic and just really timelessly styled. Before jumping into my closet, I like to break down these looks into a more holistic styling approach. The first thing that I look at is the overall style genre of this look. What are the vibes that this look is giving off? And that'll help me choose items in my own closet that give off this certain type of aesthetic, even though they might not be the exact same pieces. So if we're looking at this outfit, I definitely want to say timeless, chic. There's definitely a sense of polish, but also there's a sense of it being a bit more dressed up. And I also think this has a little bit of an urban edge to it. After looking at the style vibe, I start to look at the silhouette and the proportions of the overall look. So looking at this silhouette from top to bottom, there isn't anything too frilly or kind of boho flowy. This is a very structured silhouette, both in the lines of the blazer as well as the very straight kind of shift dress that she's wearing underneath. She's using varying proportions to really great effect here. So she's got sort of a boxier, bigger blazer over top a very short hemmed and fitted dress. I think this is a really nice juxtaposition that gives us a little bit of tension between, you know, a boxy menswear inspired blazer and a cute feminine dress. The final piece of this styling puzzle are the styling hacks. And these can range from the tiniest details, like how a cuff is rolled, all the way to, you know, how someone is playing with color. So if I'm looking at what the styling hacks are in this look, I think the first thing that she's being really deliberate about are her color choices. She's really limited it to a very minimalistic black and white palette. Even her shoes and her bag and the scarf, it's all in black and white. And I would even go so far as to use kind of a geometric shape as part of her overarching theme with the lines on her scarf. That looks like a houndstooth or a really small gingham print on her blazer. I definitely think the way she tied her scarf in that neckerchief style adds a little bit more of that kind of edgy urban vibe instead of tending towards something very feminine. Now that I've broken down this look into very easy to digest and assess pieces, I'm going to dive into my closet and see what I can put together. So I'm gonna start with the blazer and the dress combination that she's got on. I definitely don't have a little bit of a, looks like a really cute short shift dress that she has going on, and I definitely do not have this. In fact, that is kind of a great basic that I feel like I should own. But anyway, I don't. So what I'm gonna do instead is combine two black separates with very similar clean, sleek silhouettes. Okay, so I found a very ancient Zara skirt, which I believe I used in my last Outfit Envy video. It's, gosh, maybe like 10 years old, and my very trusty mock neck Club Monaco sweater. And I think it's important here to have a neck that is high enough that the neckerchief or the silk scarf, whatever you use, is going to cover the neckline. I've got this great menswear boxy blazer from Everlane. I'm kind of losing the black and white color palette here. I could use a black blazer, but then I'd be losing the contrast between what's underneath and the blazer, and I think that's really important. I'm just gonna make do with this. I think what's more important is finding that somewhat oversized silhouette. Next, tights and a silk scarf. pair of Wolford kind of net tights that I really am enjoying. Now for the neckerchief or the silk scarf, I definitely don't have a black and white or even like a gray one. I'm going to use my vintage Gucci scarf. It's a little bit more color than what we've got going on in the inspiration, but it does provide a nice lighter contrast close to my face and compared to the rest of the outfit. And next, the purse and the shoes. I definitely don't have a pair of shoes that are black with this like beautiful, looks like a diamante starburst thing on the toe. My metallic flats. And I like how, a little bit like her shoes, it brings in the contrast of the black and white, and in my case, the gray. So I'm kind of connecting these two pieces a little bit so that the look remains cohesive. And finishing off with the purse, my ever so trusty secondhand Coach bag. It even has a chain strap like hers, which this is the first time that my purse has actually been remotely close to someone's inspiration. So I'm really excited about this one. I think it's just the right kind of evening wear size. Clearly this is a more elevated look, but the chain adds that edgy feel. So yes. Look I found on Pinterest, and it is by a very mystery but incredibly stylish woman. I really liked this look because it's a lighter palette for winter, but I think I am going to have to winterize it just a tad because, I mean, exposed skin in -20 is just not wise. But anyway, let's look at the overall style vibe to start off. It's beautifully timeless and chic, and again, polished and put together. I would definitely say it's more daytime versus evening compared to our first look that we had. So it has a little bit more of an effortless and relaxed vibe. And also the bag that she's carrying, even though I can literally only see like a teeny tiny corner of it, this feels a little bit more like something that you could wear to work. The silhouette here is really clean and simplistic and minimal. However, there is a nice tension between more structure in the pants with a little bit more of a relaxed volume in both the sweater and the jacket. In terms of proportions, I think there's definitely a nice little proportion play happening with a longer hemmed pant paired with a long jacket over top. So we've got kind of a double long hemline happening here, and in this case I think having a heel or at least sticking to a monochromatic palette like she's done here is pretty important so that we can maintain that length. Finally, the styling hacks. Again, I think color plays a huge importance here. She's keeping it very tonal, not monochromatic, because in that case the jacket would also be that light cream color, but definitely sticking with similar tones. She's tucked her sweater in all the way around into her pants. And this is really nice because it shows a little bit more shape underneath a heavier, more voluminous overcoat. Now I know not everyone loves tucking their sweater into their pants like this. I think this is a look that you could definitely keep your sweater untucked as well and have a very similar effect as long as the top and bottom are matching. Other styling hacks that she's using are accessories for a contrasting pop. Not necessarily of color, but definitely a contrasting neutral, which is a heavy black pair of glasses, what looks like a black sort of tote shoulder bag, and there's a little bit of black detail in the shoes. She's also wearing her jacket open. It allows her to show off her shape and what she's wearing underneath. Now I know in the winter, depending on where you live, this is definitely not possible to wear your coat like beautifully open and flowing in the probably Arctic breeze. But I've actually done a video on cold weather dressing and styling and how to stay warm and chic, so I will link that up here for you. So let's jump into my closet. Because this look is made up of primarily neutrals, I know I'll be able to find separates that kind of work. However, if you don't love neutrals or if your wardrobe is a little bit more colorful, you don't absolutely have to use the cream and the brown combination. You could use like a blue and a dark navy or whatever hue or color palette suits you. All right, I have my beautiful cashmere v-neck sweater. Does yours have to be a v-neck? Absolutely not. It's going to be whatever neckline suits you best. And my Everlane chinos. Mine aren't as tapered at the ankle as hers. This is a very straight leg, so I don't think my look is gonna come across perhaps as feminine. It might have a little bit more of like a masculine utilitarian feel, but ultimately the silhouette is still nice and clean and straight. So I'm gonna use these. I'm gonna work with what I have. Next for the coat, my amazing Italian wool cashmere coat that I thrifted at Value Village. The only thing about this is that while it really nails the colors that I'm looking for, it is a very structured silhouette. It's not as loose and relaxed as hers, but is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. I think we're still going to be able to put a really nice look together that I probably wouldn't have come up with in the first place. Italian heeled Oxfords. They're not black, so the contrast isn't as stark, but they are definitely darker than everything else I've got going on. And if I add a pair of tights, which I'll wear underneath the pants, then I'll be able to cover my ankles a little bit while still achieving the same look. I'm just gonna use my black tote. This is absolutely ancient. I think this is great because I have too much structure in my coat, so having something that is a little bit more malleable will give me a little bit more of that relaxed look that I'm going for. Finally, the sunglasses. I think what's important again is that there's a nice contrast between your sunnies and the rest of the look. For the beautiful hoop earrings, I'm gonna use the ones that I'm wearing right now. These were inherited from my Nona, but they're just a simple pair of classic hoops. This video. Let me know if you thought those looks were a hit or a miss in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or if you learned something new. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be back next week with another slow fashion video. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful week ahead. Ciao!